What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is the console RPG series that I was starting to build, and I'm back now. I had a quick year off because work and university got pretty swamped, so I'm gonna get straight into it. So we want to go new project. Hopefully you have Visual Studios. If you don't and you have something else, just hopefully you can follow along anyway. It's quite simple. We're just making one file at the moment. So once you can build your file, an empty project, just give it a name, put it in wherever you want to put it. So your G drive, your G drive, sorry, your C drive, and yeah, just give it give it a name, RPG. So once that opens up, if you are in Visual Studios, you see these files here. They actually don't. They're not in your file explorer itself. They're just purely here for visually for your solution for Visual Studios. If you are using Visual Studios, I like to hide them personally because they're not very useful at the moment. But you know, later on they can be quite handy. But yeah, you just press this Show All Files button, and that will actually just hide it. So we want to add our first item, and it's just going to be a CPP file. We'll create headers in other videos, but not this one. I'm just going to call it main because I'm used to just naming it main. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually include our includes that we need to use for this project. So we'll just start with those two. We'll have a couple more later on, but we'll get to them soon. Then let's just quickly test to make sure that our program is working functionally. It should be all fine, but it's always good just to quickly give it a test, make sure that your C++ compiler is working and everything. But for Visual Studios, it already has a compiler built in. But yeah, we'll just do a quick hello world, and then that's it. And then one quick thing, we'll do a system pause. If we don't do a system pause or a simget or whichever way you want to do it, the console will just appear and then disappear. It'll be super quick. So there we go, hello world, press any key to continue. So it worked, which is great. So we also need one more include, I forgot, it's a window.h include. Windows.h, I apologize. Alright, so let's create our functions. I'm gonna try and do just as a bare bones first episode where uh, we'll just get the basics up. We won't do a story yet. We won't do the main story yet. We'll just get the name, the race, and hopefully a little bit of combat, and then we'll move on from there, and we'll keep building this. And hopefully you guys can get involved in the comment section and give me ideas. I already have a heap of ideas already for this program, but I would love to get more ideas from you guys. So we're getting a combat HUD, and a moving, and then we'll do a create monster as well. Create monster. Oh, typing can be hard. Alright, so we'll have a couple global variables. We won't use that one yet. We'll use this one. So we need this is where the string include comes in. For C++, you need to include the string like this. As you can see, I'm not using namespace std because it makes the file quite large. Like for this program specifically, it doesn't really matter, but if you were building a larger scale program, it can count and it would hurt your performance a little bit. So we got our string, so name, race, and sex. You don't have to add them. You can add whichever one you want. We'll do our ints now. So we got level. We'll get experience, health, slow for some reason. Total health. These will all make sense soon, hopefully. Max health. Next level. We probably won't implement the level feature this today, but it will be definitely next episode that we implement the level feature correctly. And we'll do a heal as well, which we'll expand on after. We'll do a couple more ints. I like to break them up a little bit. Some people like to order them like this, for example. XP and an int monster level. Some people love to do it like this. It doesn't really matter. You can do it like this or you can do it like this. I think it looks cleaner, like on line 12 here, but it's absolutely your preference. You can do whichever way you want. I'm gonna leave it like that just for demonstrations, because this is a tutorial. And I am going to try and explain everything that I can. So right now we're building a monster's name array. Hopefully you know something about arrays. If not, it's fine. I can quickly explain the basics of an array. So an array is a collection of data. So each name here is a data in the array, and also remember that computers start from 0. So in an array, the first one, the goblin here, will be 0, and then this will be 1, 2, 3. Just so you're aware. Hopefully you knew that already. But yes, let's move on. I'll just quickly smashing out these static static, are they called static? Static variables. No, global variables, my mistake, I'm sorry. And we'll get our current monster as well. So I'm just doing this real quick, and I'll quickly go over what this all means right now. So for the first line here, that's your name, your race, and your sex. You can change them up to however you please. In this tutorial, next tutorial, whichever tutorial, it's up to you. We'll set this so the player can actually assign each one themselves. And then we've got the level, your XP, your health, your total health, your max health, your next level, and your heal. These are necessary so we can actually keep a flow. For example, if we heal and our max health is 100, we can't heal for 200 and be 300 health. Alright, it helps with that type of stuff. It helps with the computer. And then we've got the monster's health, monster's XP, and monster's level. We'll be assigning the health and XP to be similar. So if the monster has a health of 20, we'll make the XP also 20, and that will be given to the player at level 20. And we'll build a very small algorithm for the monster level to be higher than the player, always either on par with the player's level or higher with the player's level, so it can make the game a little bit more challenging. So far I've only gotten to level 3 before a monster wiped me out, which is terrible, but that's how it goes sometimes. So we'll go into the main here and we'll quickly build the character name section. Enter character's name, and then we want to do a sin here, and we'll grab the name from the player. As you can tell, I'm not doing any error checking at the moment. We can build that in later. For now, like I said, I just want to build the bare bones of this, and then we'll go back over it and we'll continue to expand the concept and make it even better. But I want to get something up and just going for everyone that want to do. Everyone, like I showed a teaser video, and I'm really sorry that I went on such a long break, but I feel bad, and that's why I just want to get something up and going so people have something instead of nothing, which is terrible. So yep, we'll just quickly do this. We're just adding the std sins and the std couts. So if you don't know what sin and cout is, I'll quickly explain that as well. This is console out and this is console in. So console out is what will be outputted via the console, and then console in is obviously what will be taken back in as a variable, and this is the variable here, the name, race and sex. The arrows are important, so the left hand arrows are always in and right hand are always out. My mistake, reverse that. The left hand is out, right hand is in. Alright, we can do a little bit, we can do some fancy stuff here. Yeah, I've got the Windows H for some fancy code. I'm hoping this is big enough for you. I'll just quickly check my OSB. It does not look very big, so I'm going to zoom in, and hopefully that makes it much more clearer for you guys. Yeah, I know it's getting recorded in 1080p, but I want to make sure that you guys aren't straining your eyes and going blind. It's no good, especially if you are interested in programming. You're going to be looking at a computer screen. So we might do something fancy here. So this is, we'll just quickly make a comment. This is basic character creation for the player, and this is fancy. No, that sounds corny and weird. Let's say a fun little creation. You'll see what it is. It's basically like you know, the loading screen where it gives you the dots, like dot dot dot, and then it'll do dot dot dot. Yep, we're gonna do something like that, just for the hell of it. Why not? Creating character. We'll make this into a for loop later. I'm just going to quickly smash it out right now. See the backslash n there, that's actually a special character, which means new line. You always need the backslash in the end. The backslash is the escape key, just so you know. And then we'll throw a sleep in here for 200 milliseconds. And then we'll do a system clear. And then we'll do another std count. Creating character, but this time we'll add 2 dots and then a backslash n. I'm gonna actually space this out a little bit, it looks terrible. We'll put a sleep here again for 200 milliseconds, not 200 seconds. That'll take a while. System clear screen, and then we'll do one more. Yeah, one more. Cout. Creating character, dot dot dot, 3 dots, new line with another sleep. Whoopsie, what is happening? 200 and a system clear. Alright, yeah, that looks alright. That looks pretty good. So it's going to come into the main loop. It's going to ask you for your character's name, your race, and your sex, and then we're going to do this little fancy thing, and then we'll quickly set up, actually we might do that before we do the characters. We're going to set up, so why we did the zeros here is because if you don't set it, in C++ especially, if you don't set the level to 0 immediately, it's going to take on a random value of undefined. It can be anything between what the int range is, which is about 2.1 billion, something, or million, no, 2.1 billion negative or plus. So it can take on a random value of any of them. That's why we're doing. Well, that's why we set it all to 0 first, and then we reassign those values to the correct values in the main function. You can do it up top here, but for example, like Monsters HP, I like to. I'll probably have that in multiple places within the code, and I like to be able to change it instead of always grabbing this one value constantly, which it shouldn't do anyway, but yeah, we'll just move on from that. So we'll just quickly set up our ones these ones here, and we're going to set them up to the correct value. So our level is 1, our experience is 0. We'll set our next level to 76, sounds good. So you need 76 experience points before you can level up to your next level. Health we'll set to 100. Just stay classic. We can do some lower levels for different characters. We could set some keywords if the player, for example, if the player types elf, we might be able to grab that and we could match it to an array, and if they're the correct match, then it could have an already set value for an elf's health. So, for example, an elf could be a bit more squishier than a dwarf, a hardy dwarf, and we could have it so that the health reflects that, where the dwarf might have 120 base health if the player wrote dwarf, or the elf might have 60 health. Yeah, that sounds like a neat idea. I'll make a note of that, and we'll do that in the coming episodes. So we want to set our max health to our total health. So what we're doing here is we're making health 100, total health equals health, so the 100, and max health equals the total health. So the total health is a static variable. It should stay 100 always, unless it gets leveled up. We could probably fix this system. I feel like it's not very great, but we'll keep going. Hopefully, it does work. I know it works, but I feel like it's not. It could be better. So now that they're all set up and we've got our HUDs here, we might just test it. We'll see how it goes. 1 second. Sorry, my mistake. We gotta always have a return 0 in the main class, and I'll just throw a system pause here so it doesn't just close on us, as that would be embarrassing. Alright, so it's all open. Look at that. So we'll just go orbital. I'm gonna say elf, and I'm a male. Creating character. Look at that. That was alright. If you want the creating character, those names to go a little bit longer, you can definitely do that just by increasing the value here. So at the moment it's 200 milliseconds. You can go to 300. You can go to 1 second, which is 1,000. 1 second might be a little bit long, but it's completely up to you. So we'll just close that now. We'll remove the system pause, and we'll quickly build the HUD, and we'll try and build the moving before I have to end the lesson. Yep, that's all we need for those two. So come down here and we'll go void HUD. We'll build the HUD first, or we'll build both first, really. Void moving. Okay, and then let's go with the HUD. The HUD seems to be really quick. Yes, really quick. Easy HUD. So I'm gonna put a sleep in here straight away. So I don't want it to rush into the HUD. I want it to move smoothly, but we can fancy this up later, obviously, which we will do. We'll definitely be fancying up most of this. Like I said, bare bones. Just get it quickly out, so everyone can have something, and then we'll move on to making it much better. So I got to sleep, and then I've got a clear console. So it sleeps, and then it clears the console, and then we're gonna just std out the name with the name variable, and then tab. So 2 tabs, health with a double dot and a space, and then we'll go total health, and then we'll do a race. We'll actually make that on a new line. Race on a new line, and a race, and then I might just space it here so it looks cleaner. New line. Yeah, we'll just do new lines for from now on. We'll just have the name and the health on the one line, and then the rest of them can be on their own line underneath. And then we'll do \n for level. Make sure you always put a space here. Oh, you don't. It's not like it's gonna break or anything. It's just if you don't put a space there, the numbers will appear like this instead of like that. Just so you know. So yeah, it's always a good little tip just to remember. Experience. We'll have XP here. So you can absolutely change up how you want this to be set up, laid out, anything you want. Like programming is limitless. You just do whatever you want. It's all about the learning experience as well, which is huge. If you can play with it yourself, that's amazing. Like more power to you. XP 2 level. Yes, and then it's next level. And then we'll do an N line. All right, that's the HUD done. That's how quick the HUD is. It's so simple. So we'll just quickly test that. I'm gonna throw in a system pause here again. The system pause won't be necessary soon. It's just for now because I have no syn gets or anything here, so it's not gonna stop from cancelling out the program. So I'm just gonna be quick here and go A, creating character. Oh yeah, look at that. So we got our name, our race, our sex, our level, our XP, XP 2 level, and our health. Looking alright, The next, nope, need that one, don't I? Let's just clean that up, and I'll leave it open for now, so you guys can still see it. Moving is a bigger function, that's for sure, but we will get it. Alright, so moving. In my demonstration, I had 3 moves. I had a move forward, a relax, and a move back. I'm gonna say we stick with that for now. But we're gonna change that up a bit. In the future episodes, we're gonna try and have like a move to town, like a travel time between places, and maybe even a teleport. It's completely up to us how we want to do it. Hopefully you guys will have some comments for me in the bottom and I can read, giving me more ideas, and we will definitely do whatever you guys suggest. I'm all for everything, to be honest. So yeah, we'll just have the 3. As you can tell, I'm just writing in the background. Backwards, move backwards, and then I put a new line on each of these, so it will be drop. I did notice while I was testing my previous code that that I lost and I had to rebuild. That some of it is a bit. We're gonna have to put in verification here to make sure that they're entering a 1 or a 2 or a 3 and not an A or a B, because it ends up breaking the actual code out of the whole program, which is not great. So I hope we'll fix that for sure. I'll try and build it up next episode. So I'm going to use a syn here for choices, which I'll just throw up here. Choice. Yep, that sounds good to me. All right. So if now we'll do some ifs. We'll do we can't finish these ifs though. If choice, apologies, that was my phone. If choice equals 1, and then we'll have an else if choice equals 2, and then an else if choice equals 3, and then we'll have an else actually right here. This should fix up the issue with the incorrect. If someone types in an incorrect value, this will actually stop that from happening and fix it. So I'll just std cout. We'll go invalid number. sorry, invalid number, new line, and then we'll sleep for say, might go, no, one second sounds too long, just for half a second, and then we'll go straight back to moving. We'll call back the moving function to restart itself. So if someone does, say they type in an A for example, it won't go through any of these choices. It'll come straight to the else statement. Say an invalid number has been picked, it'll sleep for half a second and then it will restart. It'll come straight back into this moving function, which is definitely what we want. Okay, let's build, well obviously we're building the moving function. I can't fully build the moving function, that's the only problem, because we haven't built the monster create. I'm going to save that for next episode. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode, and please leave a like and comment. Comment. I definitely want to hear back from you guys, and I will have the next episode out by tomorrow with the moving function, and we'll have the create monster, and then we'll start building the combat and the combat HUD, and then we'll start building the level up as well, and then it's just everything else from then on. We'll bring in some wanderers. We'll build a shop. We'll build a gold collection, everything. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll get back to you. Goodbye.